In this video, guys, I'm going to be suggesting the best baits and best rods and lures and all that you can get on a price at your local tackle shop. Alright, so for starting out, we're going to start out with essentially smaller fish baits, such as bluegill, bass, if you're in Florida, peacock bass, cichlids, fish like that. Maybe snakeheads, I don't know. So for starters, you can get, it doesn't have to be this specific brand of jig head. I mean, these are just jig heads I wanted to try and I like them. I like how they have the little bead to stop the bait from sliding down. So I would get a pack of any jig heads, depending on what your budget is. Get very good jig heads or just normal eagle claw jig heads. But these jig heads, micro finesse tungsten soft lock head. And then for my smaller bait, this bait is optional. This is a known brand bait, so I don't really look at the color too much, depending on where I'm going. This is the Googan Squad Snacky Swimmer. Any sort of small swim bait will be excellent for bass, bluegill, crappie, perch, all that stuff. If you're on a budget, these are a very old pack of Zoom curly tail grubs. These are really good for crappie and really good for bluegill. Bass are a little iffy. You can get these from Dick's Sporting Goods, depending on if they have them. Some Dick's Sporting Goods do, some don't. I think you can a lot of times get them from Bass Pro Shop. Sometimes you can't. They're a little iffy there. Walmart. You can get the Zoom curly tail grubs from Walmart. And here you have some crappie magnet little jigs. These you can get from Walmart. These are excellent for trout, crappies, bluegills, bass, all that stuff. And another one I would suggest is these Trout Slayer crawfish lures. They are extremely good for any sort of fish that is reasonably in fresh water. Here, I'll pull one out for you guys to see. They look like mini crawfish. There's multiple colors. There's pink, black, green, and white. And there's a brown one. But I have to get a new pack because I'm almost out. And that's for those. Another one made by the same company that this one is trout magnets. You can get these really small ones, and you can use them for crappie, rock bass, bluegill, bass, perch, and all those things, and all those kind of species of fish. All right, onto the rod. So for rods, if you are just starting out and you don't know what to pick, and you're sitting in the Walmart section, and you're on a budget, depending on how much your budget is, this rod might look like a child kitty rod, but this is like one of the best rods I ever bought. If I remember correctly, it's about $15 at Walmart, and most likely about $15 at your local tackle shop, like Dick's, Bass Pro Shop, Dunham's, Cabela's. And if you want a cheap bait casting combo, I'm gonna suggest this one. It's exclusive to Bass Pro Shop. It's never failed me wrong, and I have always loved this rod. It's the Quantum Special Edition 7-foot medium heavy QX24. graphite. I think this is honestly one of the best rods I ever bought. It's only $90 at a Bass Pro Shop, and it's a really affordable bait caster. It's excellent for certain lures, such as this small spinner bait that I've been throwing. I usually throw these in the springtime. Drop it down in the comments if you would like to see me use this rod and this bait in the springtime. I'm probably gonna either way. Just trying not to break my rod. I've been on a hot streak with breaking rods recently. And then this, really cheap. You can get this entire setup right here. Besides this stuff, besides the bait. The bait's one of those Gookin Squad Snacky Swimmers, and the jig head is a Eagle Claw jig head. I love them for crappie, bass, all those small panfish. And then this rod, it's a 7-foot medium ultralight with this reel, shock reel. It's a really good reel. You can get both of these at Walmart for this reel is probably about $10, and the rod is probably like 20. So it's excellent for on a budget, and you're just looking for something nice and sturdy. Well, not sturdy, but good for panfish. Okay, next rod, and our final rod, is this MegaCast Bass Pro Shop Combo. It's got a bunch of mud on it. I recently got back from a steelhead fishing trip. And the reel is very reliable. It's, I think, 6'6" medium heavy spinning rod. And it's never failed me wrong. You can get this at Bass Pro Shop. It's actually a Bass Pro Shop brand rod. It's upside down, but, and if you, I put 8-pound, this 8-pound, I forget what it's called. I have a spool of it around here somewhere. And this is my main, like, Ned rig, anything like that. I just love throwing this rod. It's so smooth. You can get this for about $45 at Bass Pro Shop in Cabela's. And probably rods similar to this at Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods. Try not to break another rod. Okay, and next is tackle bag, tackle box. So you can get this tackle bag. This is my old tackle bag. I used to use it for everything, and then I got a new one. You can get this tackle bag for about $15. It comes with 2 tackle boxes on the inside, but I have those currently behind the camera on the other side by the wall. And you can get this for $15 at Walmart. I used this thing for so long, and then after a while, I just didn't use it anymore. It's a Okeechobee Fats jig head or tackle box that you can acquire from Walmart for $15. Okay, now for if you're looking for some bigger fish, like a larger bass, or sometimes even a catfish. One of my go-to baits is this lure right here. I'll pull one out for you guys. When I say this is one of my most favorite soft plastics, it is the best soft plastic I've seen out of probably anywhere. Right up there with the Senkos and all of them. This is a contender. This is called a Senko, and these are Z-Man Finesse TRD bubble. This color is bubblegum. I don't use this color very much. I use more dark colors for any fish, smallmouth. Once in a while, if you can find large bluegill, they'll actually take this. At Walmart, you can get smaller versions of these for, they're called Micro Finesse Ned rig bodies. And you can get, I got these from Dunham's for $5. Price tag is still on it, $5-ish. Next on the list, an all-around favorite, the Fluke. I think it was an honorable mention. And you can get this. It's a big bite baits Pro Series. It's the slim minnow. The color is blue ice, and you can fish for just about any larger species of fish with this. I love fishing for bass with these. These are one of my favorite baits to fish for bass with. It imitates a minnow just jumping around in the water, dying. And then the next one, y'all are gonna love. It's the OG. I'll get a pack of them off. The Senko. This Senko, these Senkos I got from Dunham's, a 30 pack. They sell them in bulk for like 100 packs for like $30 if you want to spend $30 on 100 Senkos. I don't really see the necessary precautions for doing that, but it's up to you. And for the next lure, we're gonna have to dig into a this one. This is a Googan Squad tackle box. It comes with a Googan Squad backpack. I will show you guys at the end of the video. One lure that I love carrying around, 6 Sense topwater frog. I love carrying it, and it's best to trim these down so that when the fish bites it, they don't just go for the legs and just pop right off. It's because then they go the whole body and they get those hooks right in their top lip, and you can just rip. For the next lure out of this box, I'm gonna give this guy an honorable mention. This is an old lure. This is an old torpedo. Torpedoes are my all-time favorite topwater lure. I caught my PB on torpedoes 2 years ago, and I never put them down if I pick them up. They're just so amazing. They're good for any lure too, or for any fish too. All right, enough in this box. Gotta get a better tackle situation back here. Okay. Alright, next box. This is sort of my bass box, big fish box. And we're gonna pull out my all-time favorite moving bait of all time. I love this bait. I catch so many fish on it. It's called the Mock Shad. You can find these at most retailers. I get mine from Dick's Sporting Goods. You can get them from Kicking Their Bass TV for like $15. They're pricey. They're a bit of a pricey lure, but it is worth it. I love using them. I love throwing them, and I'm gonna try to throw them a little bit more this year. The next lure I will be mentioning is Cotton Ordole lipless crank in the crawfish pattern. I love this lure for smallmouth. It is one of my all-time favorite smallmouth lures, right up there with the Z-Man Ned rig. And whenever I use this lure, all I do is I reel, stop, reel, stop, reel, stop. And then usually if they don't bite, just cast out again and just keep doing that until they bite. For the next lure, I like using for bass. Had to find it there. It's the Saucy Swimmer Googan Squad Fire Tiger, right? This one isn't. The 2.8 inch. I think this is called Fire Tiger. I forget what it's called. Swim bait. I love putting this on a big jig head and then just jigging it for bass along the bottom. And then if that doesn't work, just cast out, reel in slowly. And usually you can get a couple to bite on these. If they're an amazing bait, A+ bait. I love all of their baits. The backpack, give me 1 second. This is the Googan Squad backpack. It's excellent. The only thing I don't like are these polyester things, and I'd accidentally drop lures and stuff in them, and then they would get ripped. They're so easy to rip. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But overall, A+ backpack. It's an incredible backpack. I love carrying it. I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. Subscribe and drop in the comments what I should do for my next one. I'm running out of ideas, and I'd love comments from you guys. That'd be amazing. All right. See you guys.